We color our life with peace. We color our life with peace. We got to know 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 peace. Feel peace, see peace, dream peace, taste peace, spread peace, peace. I speak flowers in peace. Let me bloom. I speak vines in peace. Let me cling. Let me fruit. Let me cluster. I speak aloe vera. I soothe your burn. I speak root and roots of peace. Roots of peace. Let me go down. Let me go down, hold together this soil, me feed many, get to the bottom of it all. I get to the bottom of it all. Hold you up in peace. I hold you up, I hold you up, I hold you up in peace. Hold you up, I hold you up, I hold you up in peace. I speak seeds and pods and pollen and wind. I shift, I go, I swirl, I sow, I shift, I go, I swirl, I sow, I speak peace. I speak salt and chocolate and orange and toast. I am on you, coast to coast. I speak hands of peace. I cradle liberty, 88 keys, hands full of chords. I will rock you. I will hold you on and on.
Hey, what's up?
88 keys, no lots. And rock you, 88 keys, good chops, hard knocks out of the box. I speak white caps and whirlpools, sun rays and fireflies, full moon, 440 in tune. I speak silence in peace, lips soft and lotus bloom. Shh, lips soft and lotus bloom. Peace, lips soft and lotus blooms. Peace, peace. Got to have peace. We got to have peace. We got to know peace. Peace. I didn't pay attention to time, I'm sorry. Do I have time for one more? Is that it?
Anybody hear one more?
Yes, I want to hear one.
Sure.
Yes.
One more. All right.
One more.
I'm gonna do, this is the newest thing I wrote, and I have an intro for it, and so I'll end with this. It is called A Wreath for Unknown Poets. And I wrote it on November 11th, which is Armistice Day and Veterans Day. It's also my birthday. And it's kind of significant because it's, Veterans Day, Armistice Day. It's supposed to be all about peace. And I come from a family where my father's birthday coincides with Pearl Harbor Day, and my mother shares a birthday with Hitler. So I got to concentrate on peace. So I turn on the TV, they're doing the news, and Obama is laying a wreath on the tomb of the unknown soldier. I just saw the image of him with the wreath, heard what he was doing, put it on mute, turned the TV off, and picked up a pen, and this came to me. I mean, it came to me. I don't write things, they come to me. All right. A wreath for unknown poets, who pencil, who pen, who type, and then, with meter and measure, dig into heart's treasure, who sputter and mutter the business of isness. What words, what means, any necessary mothers invent, fathers content, to unlock and restock the heart, and with soul and night vision to see in the dark. For the unknown poets, who words come to without warning, and warming extremities to smell and to touch, to lick, and much, 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 much more inside to explore. Skins, pores, opens, eyes, lids, and lips too. Open words up, open up words, come, come, open out, here now, open now, words come. Where to put them? Wet with life, dry with worry, brittle regret, cracked with spite, froze in fright. Wet with praise, thunder, and wonder, giving glory to the story, and of your story, your beginnings, infant grinnings, terrible singings, endless circle of fattenings and thinnings, bipolar swings of losses and winnings, committed to thoughts and words, airborne, windswept, meeting the calm, words biting deep, needing mercurochrome, a tetanus shot, words biting deep, or licking gentle like sheep. Words that come to weep, words slithering, words that creep, words bombastic that leap, words wasted, rotting, smelling in a heap. Words that rhyme, didn't come on time, words on shoulder, chips and boulders, words cheap, and words worth, weight in gold. Hot or cold, timid or bold, free or sold, words sown with care, to reap and reap, hands full of words, to keep and keep. Words eating out of hands like birds, words, flocking and rocking our world. Seed words fed to birds, seeds of thoughts on papers planted, sprouting on lips, heard on the wind, blossoming from limb to limb and branching out from tree to tree. I'm here. From limb to limb and tree to tree. I'm here. Thank you.
Really? I'm Linda Kleibo. I'm an MFA student at the New School. I used Roche and all this stuff, but I don't know. Here I am, and thank you for listening to my poems. And I have two poems. One is about a very new poem that is a work in progress, about an experience on the subway. And then one about my childhood. I hope you like them. I don't have a title for this one, but she enters in a hurricane, takes off her coat, walks across the car to pick up a warm copy of the Post. She sits on my left. The man on my right gets up and moves to the next car. I am reading. She leans into me with a full moon face and asks, "What's that, poetry?" "Yeah," and my guard goes up. Between us are yellow bags. Hers is plastic from the Queen's Library, adjacent against my nylon backpack. "You have a pen and some paper?" she asks. My guard elevates, okay, and I fumble through my bag and find a pen and rip a few pages from my notebook. "I want to write poetry." And she begins to write. And I continue to read the Brooklyn Braille. "I like that picture. What is that?" And I look into her eyes and I see the deepest sky, and I explain it's part of an art exhibit commemorating 1 year since Hurricane Sandy. It's getting cold these November nights. She has a winter coat, but she's wearing shorts. As my stop draws near, I hand her the Braille. "Do you want this?" Yes, and she takes the paper from me. I get up and stand near the door. "What's your name?" I tell her. "What's yours?" "Mary," she explains. I fish in my bag and hand her a few bills, hand them to her and say, "Take care, Mary." "I'm trying," she says with a wild smile. As I leave the subway, ascend the stairs, I wonder, with all the turbulence in the world, if Mary was ever an MFA writing student. Thank you much. And if anybody wonders what language I'm speaking, it's called Queen's accent. And I didn't know I had it until like the last 5 years of my life, so I'm sorry, but it's Queen's accent. This is what it sounds like. Digging in the dirt for fun in childhood. I remember digging dirt in the smallest plot in my backyard next to the battered 2-car garage. Denise wanted to dig the deepest hole on earth. We dug the biggest hole I've ever seen. Denise told me we were not digging to China, we were digging to hell, so deep. We dug through the rusted topsoil. Now digging in the burnt sand and subsoil, Denise told me the dirt changed color because we were getting closer to hell. She asked me, "What do you think the devil looks like?" Evil surrounds us, pulling us in, so young but so real. How quickly we push the dirt back in. Thank you very much.
When Andre and I first found one another, look up, Andre, look up. See the plane writing in the sky. Thank you.
Okay, our next open micer is Bernard. Is he still here? Yeah?
Bernard who?
Oh, we have more than one Bernard. Oh.
Bernard.
Oh, and your last name on the list. Oh. Right, can we keep Bernard one? Is Bernard two? Like saying one of me two. Dr. Simpson just before Bernard?
Bernard.
We just got
Bernard.
What?
Where is Bernard's right there?
Not me.
Come,
Come
read
on.
your words.
Do it, Bernard.
Read-
Come on.
The other Bernard.
You want
No, no,
it?
whoa.
Okay. You were the Bernard.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you so in trouble? This guy's not in trouble. I would have been a little
Did you make this a
peaceful.
little side?
He was here last time. He was one of the readers.
Maybe you didn't understand the accent.
I know, I'm
Pointy.
sorry.
Pointy.
speak Mastiff Queens. It's like such a dialect. It's like nobody
Yeah,
understands.
well, let me thank
I'm disappointed
Linda
you wouldn't stay.
Burt for arranging this.
And there's wine here, and cheese if everybody wants a glass of wine. Come get some wine.
Right.
Bernard, tell him about it.
I want to thank Eric Krebs for providing this space. I don't know if he's here tonight.
No, he wasn't.
And Janet for her fantastic presentation, and Michael and Neil, who seem to have left. I wanted to dedicate one of these poems to Neil, but that won't be possible, but maybe you'll hear it on the way out.
He'll hear it.
Okay, actually, the first poem I'm going to read is connected up with Neil's poem, Broadway and 105th Street. The number of homeless people has escalated dramatically over the last 12 years during the Bloomberg administration, although he was a good mayor in
I
some
think it was
ways.
last year. I think it was last year.
The homeless population, there are people, 50,000 people living in shelters, mostly women and children, but then even on the way here, you pass hulks in the alleyways and people sleeping in front of churches, and it's hard to tell whether they're people or not. So this poem is about this situation, and the first line actually comes from Jack London, who wrote a poem, wrote a prose piece in 1905, so times sometimes don't change too much. This is called "Oh Dear Soft People." Oh dear soft people, full of blood and meat. Can you imagine in your world of conceit, a world of no bread, a world of no heat, where you wander the gray of the street? A gray world where you have no airy bed, a gray world where you are alive and dead. None will notice, none will care. Imagine this world, if you dare. Imagine this world where the sun is jet, can never rise, can never set, where down is up is down, a world that wanders round and round, a world of sky always gray, where you lie in warrens, a sack of clay. People pass you on their way, where you can neither sing nor pray. Pray for light, pray for crumb, where there is none, there is none. Now, this is a contemporary cautionary poem about the internet, about cyberspace, which is actually a pretty dangerous place. It has some great things about it, but there are great dangers. This is called Chat Room, and there's a connection here to Dante's Inferno. Chat Room. I entered the chat room on a dare. Digital digits lured me there. Etched above the room in digits clear, beware, beware, all ye who enter here can never return to there. I was entranced, the voice of a lure. She asked me to dance beyond the door. She asked me to dance beyond the law. She asked me if I could fly. She wove a web around the sky. I flew to realms beyond the earth, beyond my death, beyond my birth. She said she was a daughter of the muse. I thought, I cannot refuse. And now I drift in ether rare. Remember the warning, beware, beware. Entranced by her voice, the voice of flame, trying to remember my name, my name. I'll just read two more poems. One was written on Veterans Day, and I'm thinking of Janet and her poem. As George Carlin pointed out, after World War I, they called it shell shock. After World War II, it was battle fatigue, 4 syllables less threatening. Now it's called post-traumatic stress disorder, 8 syllables. It doesn't sound, it's kind of sanitized, doesn't sound that bad. This is, the name of this poem is I Am Anthony, Marine, back from Afghanistan. Mom, I will always be that Marine on that photo on the wall. But somewhere along the line, Mom, I lost it all. I dream of loading my rifle in the rain, look down and see a needle in my vein. I wander the Afghan plain, see a needle in my vein. I hear the train comes from nowhere on the plain. I hear the train leaves for nowhere in the rain. I saw Jesus, I heard Jesus, saw angels in a grain. I'm looking for that grain, Mom, looking for that grain. Mom, I see a crucifix rising in the rain, its shadow growing black along the plain. I see Abel east of Babylon, walking in the rain. I see Cain lock and load in the mist above the plain. I see needles sharp as thumbtacks driven by the rain. I see shadows wandering the Afghan plain. I see Jesus staring at a grain. He's singing an old song, but I can't remember the refrain. I'm your son, Mom, your son Anthony, still hanging on the wall. I tell you, Jesus, yes, Jesus is waiting in the hall. He's singing, yes, he's singing an old song in the hall. And I'm listening, Mom, still listening, hanging on the wall. And finally, this is a poem connected up with today's headlines. The day Haiyan came to Tacloban, about this monsoon to typhoon. No one seems to have words to know what to call it. And this poem is actually an allegorical poem, not specifically about this weather event, which has been happening, seems like every 6 months across the planet. The day Haiyan came to Tacloban, we did not see cockroach hordes marching out of their covered lair, nor the cockpits losing roosters that rose to roofs above the air. We did not note the still alertness of lizards as they rose, nor did we hear the stamp of hoofbeats as horses pounded on the stable board. We did not see the circling of gulls circling the vertigo strand, nor did we hear the squawking of crows spreading a blanket of jet across the strand. We did not hear the hoofbeats of rain, the hoofbeats of thunder coming from the mouth of a fig. We did not see the spam in Hunt's pork cans floating in torrents before the face of a swollen pig. The rose of Tacloban did not know that Haiyan shattered the church above her town.
Added 2-car garage. Denise wanted to dig the deepest hole on earth. We dug the biggest hole I've ever seen. Denise told me we were not digging to China, we were digging to hell, so deep. We dug through the rusted topsoil. Now digging in the burnt sand and subsoil, Denise told me the dirt changed color because we were getting closer to hell. She asked me, what do you think the devil looks like? Evil surrounds us, pulling us in, so young but so real. How quickly we push the dirt back in. Thank you very much.
Did you want to introduce me or should I introduce myself?
Next up, the Honorable,
That's
Phenomenal.
good, that's good. Honorable.
I don't have any adjectives, Bert Barrow.
There. If I find
Linda.
poems, it'll be
Who taught you you had an accent?
My son. My son told
By
me
the
so.
way,
I
Linda
speak
is
Queens.
responsible for the filming, anything that needs to be done on the computer, et cetera, finding poets and really making this possible. Thank you, Clonmel. The title of this poem is Her Doll, His Mitt, Little Boy Blue, and Eugene Pitts. On the closet floor, a worn mitt, much used bat, and a scuffed baseball. On a bedroom chair, a long-haired doll sits, her skirt in a billowing sprawl. There they wait in summer, winter, spring, and fall, in a soulful, silent pall. Will his dream of the hit that won the game ever find a frame? Will she come back and comb her dolly's unkempt hair with the comb her mother can barely bear? On a morn like so many, many others, she kissed her doll, he teased his little brother. Faces washed, teeth brushed clean, they knew one another and the morning routine. Off to school they went, each kissing the cheek of their loving mother. Children's and teachers by step, bus, and car from just around the corner and afar. Black, white, Christian and Jew, unaware of the fatally brewing brew. Bullets hither and fro, here and there. Oh, who will comb her dolly's hair? A midden ball, no game to play. Oh, how many dreams will be slain this day? We will mourn the dead, praise the brave, rage at the evil done. Nothing will call them back, not prayer or hand in desperation wrung. Bitterness coats every mournful mother's tongue. I have another poem, and there's a little more to it than the poem. It's a true story. The poem is called From Nine to Forever, and it talks about a relationship. The relationship is with not a young man, so to speak, any longer. Andre Sessoms, who is sitting here, appreciating if he would stand up and show his face so you believe it. And I'm going to try to look at you, Andre, while I read the poem. From 9 to Forever. Staying up to 11, a rare occurrence, I watched a late movie, public service pitch included. Become a Big Brother. I really don't remember the words, just the feelings. Andre and I, not two peas in a pod, pigmentation aside, too reverent, too well-behaved Andre, irreverent, rowdy, leaning me, an odd couple. I remember his first call from college. Bert, it shouldn't have happened. This girl came back to my dorm room. We made love. Great, congratulations. Be sure you use protection the next time. Not ready to be a grandpa, I did impine. Andre, raised in the West Bronx, among mostly white folks, had no idea he was black. He thought it meant just a different color. I set him straight, told him to start to grow an afro. Andre, there are lots of white folks who think you're the super son, to follow in his footsteps, not ever get much done. I became filled with alarm. What if my Andre became an Uncle Tom. Did I tell you how much I loved that kid? As much as I loved my Schnauzer Bogart. The more Andre reached out to me, the more he drew me in. His journey, guided by me, was to be almost traffic jam free. This underachiever hoping to go along for the ride. Andre returned from college, more self-assured and having added color to his palette of friends. I had changed not a whit, the paragon hovering over his offspring. Graduate school followed, sensing his lessening need for me. From time to time, I thought my time was up. It wasn't. So many years, a moment, a memory to nourish me. I broke my kneecap. Andre took me to the hospital for my operation. I felt loved, protected. Tell your friends it's time to go. Tell the nurse I want to stay until they take you away. I'm not a friend, I'm family. To my ears, a joyful plea. I sure had had a lucky break. Andre's graduation and MS in education was at Carnegie Hall. Sitting with Andre's mother, I pointed out the lovely arrangement of flowers on the stage. I can't see the flowers, they're blurred. I was a blur running to the main floor and finding a distinguished looking cap and gown. Moments later, we were sitting in the orchestra, about 5 rows behind the graduates. Eleanor would see her son, cap and gown, diploma in hand, march across the stage. We three had turned another page. A bit later, Eleanor turned to me. If not for you, this day would have never happened. When Andre and I first found one another, look up, Andre, look up. See the plane riding in the sky? Thank you.
Okay, our next open
Stop
micer is